Hello and welcome to this pick a card reading for the full moon in Taurus. So this is for the entire week of October 21st and the full moon falls on the 24th. And there's a lot of energies going on with this full moon, all pretty good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull three main cards. I'm going to quickly show you the picture on each card. And I want you to pick 1, 2, or 3. Now sometimes 2 can resonate and that's perfectly normal. It just means that you have 2 messages. And then I'm going to time stamp where each card begins. So if you picked 1, 2, or 3, where to find that. If you don't already know me, my name is Rachael from Reiki with Rachael. I am an energy healer and I am a card reader. So if you are interested in getting a personal service or a personal energy healing session, then you can reach me at reikiwithrachael.com. So all that information is below because Reiki's spelled weird and Rachel's spelled weird and it's just probably not the easiest websites. So if you're interested in that, the information's below. If you're not yet following me on Instagram, I do pull a daily card with the daily energies. So check me out. It's Reiki with Rachael on Instagram as well. So let's get into this reading. Oh, also I'm going to put out a 30-minute detox and manifest energy healing session for this full moon. So I'll probably put it out on Tuesday, I'm thinking, so you have it for the full moon. It's going to be complete 30 minutes of straight energy healing. First, we're going to go through an exercise where you detox all the old, and then the second half is all about attracting and calling in that which you want to manifest. So I encourage you to look out for that. Okay, are you ready? Card number 1. I'm covering up the saying on it because I want you to just intuitively pick what stands out to you visually. Card number 2. Card number 3. Really quickly again, don't overthink it. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so if you pick number 1, stay here. If you pick number 2 or 3, check out the timestamp or watch them all. If you feel guided, it's a collective energy, so it's going on for one person. On some level, it's going on for us all. So let's get into the energy for card number 1. Okay, so what we're going to do is I am going to give you the overall energy. And to do this, I'm using the Soul's Journey Oracle card deck by James Van Praagh. I'm then going to give an abundance reading. I'm going to give a life and career and purpose reading. And then I'm going to give a relationship reading. So let's just start off with the card that you picked. So you picked number 1, and these cards all come from the Law of Attraction deck by Abraham Hicks. So your focal point for the Law of Attraction this week says, I see myself enjoying perfect well-being. I see myself in perfect health with absolute prosperity and invigorated with life. I am appreciating this physical life that I wanted as I decided to be a physical being. It is glorious to be here making decisions with my physical brain, but accessing the power of the universe through the power of the law of attraction. This card is really just encouraging you to just enjoy being you. Just enjoy your life. I mean, she looks so at peace. She's in a lake or something, but to me, this reminds me of a bubble bath. Just like taking a bath, relaxing and enjoying these moments. So often we are focused on the future. If we get this, then we can enjoy life. If we get that, then we can finally relax and be happy and be at peace. But the problem is when we have that mindset, we're never going to reach that place, because we'll get to a place we want to be, but then there's just something else. And then we'll get there, and then there's something else. So your power this week comes from just finding things to enjoy, being mindful and present in your moments, and just being grateful for what you have now. And as you are able to do this, then you begin to naturally attract that which you want, because you're feeling good, you're feeling at peace, and that which we feel, we also emanate vibrationally. So when we're feeling just so abundant because we recognize all that we already have, then we are vibrating at that place of abundance, and we attract more abundance to it. So that's your law of attraction card. Let's see what you got for just the overall energy of the week. Wow, okay. There's definitely a theme here. So I want to show you the cards for the energy of this week. You've got relationships, surrender, friendship, and loneliness. So that loneliness card always gives me this oof feeling, but it doesn't mean you're going to be lonely. It means the opposite, actually. So don't get that because I know every time I pull it for myself, I'm oh, no. So I just wanted to say that, and I'm going to get into what these cards mean. So the relationship, it says, I'm attracted to those people who serve my highest and best good. This is followed by surrender. I release the need to control. Friendship, I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason. Loneliness, I know that I am never alone. This is a week to just surround yourself by good people. Reach out to friends and know that you are never, ever alone. It's a good time to reach out to your guides, to your angels, to the archangels, to ask for guidance. And really all these cards are saying, it's just relationship, friendship, more people. And then in the middle of it all, whoop, is surrender. I can release my need to control. This week, surround yourself by good. If there's people in your life who are wanting to help you in any way, if there's people in your life who love you, just allow it. Let down your walls and allow it in. Even if maybe somebody is not making choices that you agree with, you can still connect with them on a heart level, on that loving level. And I'm also getting from this that somebody out there who's watching this needs to surrender their worries about some relationship in your life. And we'll see what the relationship card says, because it will probably give us new clarity. But you need to surrender all worries that you have about relationships. This doesn't mean that you're going to lose a relationship. This doesn't mean that you are going to, somebody that's in your life is going to make a terrible mistake. Our ego tells us that we need to try and control things, or else all things are just going to go to hell. And that's not the way that it works. When we surrender control, then we allow the good in. So this week you're really being encouraged to let go, especially around relationships. Any relationship that comes to mind right now, release the need to control and trust. And then also, it's a time to let down your walls and allow relationships in, allow friendships in. Seek out high vibrational people to be around. you know, it's fall here on the in the northern hemisphere, and we go into hermit mode when the weather gets chilly. I live in North Carolina, which is, you know, the south, so it's pretty temperate, but it's still, it got chilly this week. Like the mornings were in the 40s, and I turned into a super hermit. I'm like, no, I don't want to do anything. I don't want to go anywhere. I want to hang out with my dogs and possibly a glass of wine and some Netflix. So if you kind of felt yourself withdrawing a little bit, and you know, your higher self knows, your inner truth, your inner being knows that that's not what's for your highest and best good, it's probably a week to go and reach out to people, or like go to a spiritual center, a metaphysical shop, go to workshops or a full moon circle somewhere, and just connect with fellow very high vibrational people this week. Really going to help you, and doing that will help you surrender control or any need for control or any worry that you have over any other relationships that you have in your life. So, you know what? Typically I do abundance, and then I do career, and then I do relationship last, but let's just jump right into the relationship, because I know that y'all are like, what's gonna happen? So your relationship card is rebirth. And it's 16. And the 1 in numerology, this is a numerology card by Michelle Buchanan. The 1 in numerology is all about like the beginning of a manifestation, and the 6 is about balance, you know, balancing home life relationships. In numerology, when you break it down, it's 1 plus 6 equals 7, which is a very spiritual number. So by letting go of control, this card is telling you there's going to be a rebirth. And rebirth is good. You know, it is the end of possibly a relationship pattern that doesn't serve you, or maybe just like some old habits, old karmic patterns. And by you just letting go and just releasing, you are making room for this rebirth. And the numerology of this card really signifies that you're finding balance. You're allowing others to love you. You're giving others unconditional love and freedom to live out their own journey. And through this, you're coming to a more spiritual, more balanced, more beautiful place in your relationship. So this is absolutely why we got the surrender card. There's something happening. There is something happening behind the scenes. We don't know what it is, and we're not going to be able to control it, but the cards are telling us that it's for the best. Okay, so let's get into the abundance card next. Abundance mindset. And the card says, if you think of your abundance as something that happens in the future, then it will always be one day from you. See, feel, think, and speak. Abundance is something you already have in the present moment, and that is what you will experience. When it comes to abundance, you want to always think as if. You want to always act as if you have it. And the full moon that's coming up really can help shift you into a new receptive place for this abundance, but you have to be careful and cognizant of your thoughts. Do you pay attention to lack, or do you pay attention to abundance? Going back to this first card, I see myself enjoying perfect well-being. You are really being encouraged this, and look, they're even like the same colors, right? You are really being encouraged to focus on everything you have to be grateful for right now, and also visualize yourself just loving life, attracting abundance. Do not focus on lack this week. And if you notice that you're focusing on lack, and you notice that you're feeling jealous for somebody who just won the lottery, or you're feeling envious of somebody in your life who seems to have it all, like, those are just little warning signs, and that your ego is trying to take you away from where you know that you should be. And so you can just allow those to pass and then refocus yourself. And as you do this, you're raising your vibration, like I said in the beginning. And as you do that, as you focus on what you are so abundant in now, and when you really visualize yourself with everything that you desire, knowing that you deserve it, then you raise your vibration and it attracts that which you want. So your career card, or life purpose, business, anything that is related to that, comes from the Archangel Gabriel deck by Doreen Virtue. And you got nurture yourself, an agent or manager. And it's so interesting because I pulled daily cards on my Instagram, and like a lot of these cards came up this past week. And then also I do a twin flame reading, which is a different reading that I do, and a lot of we got the same cards, and I swear that I shuffled the deck. So there's definitely a collective energy going on. And this one very much is encouraging you to invest in yourself. Take this time for self-care, and then agent or manager is just allowing somebody to help you. You've gotten a lot of cards telling you to allow others to help you. So whatever that means for you, this can be related to a business. Whenever we do a new venture, we often want to be able to handle everything ourselves. But this week, if you want to move to the next level, you have to nurture yourself so that you can be there to progress whatever it is you're trying to do. And to be able to nurture yourself, we have to hand off some of the responsibilities to somebody else. So this could be in your job, maybe giving up some control and allowing a coworker or somebody else to take on some of the responsibilities. This could be speaking up for yourself, saying like, I can't take any more on my plate right now, somebody else has to do it. This could even be seeking the assistance of an energy healer or a counselor, or I'm getting the intuition, oh my gosh, I'm getting the intuition, but I can't find the words. Somebody who can, a career counselor. If you're feeling a little lost, it might be a week to seek out somebody who can assist you. It's also a week to rely on your friendships, rely on your partners, rely on people who are there. You're not being needy by relying on somebody else. So just all in all, if you pick number one, this is a gentle energy this week. It's a lot, you're not doing a whole lot. In fact, what you are doing is letting go and trusting and focusing on thinking thoughts that make you feel good, focusing on doing things that make you feel good, focusing on nourishing yourself. And as you nourish yourself, the cards are letting you know that yes, you are going to attract abundance. Yes, this is what you need to do to reach the next level of your career, of discovering your life purpose or pursuing it. And as we nurture ourselves and we let go of control, then we allow relationships in our lives to transform. All right. So I hope that you have a beautiful week. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that you're able to take advantage of that full moon 30-minute energy healing session. It can really help this week on your journey. Okay, so thank you so much, number ones. Love and light. Okay, welcome to those of you who picked card number 2. And the card that you picked is from the Law of Attraction deck by Abraham Hicks. It says, I feel positive while thinking positive. So this is the overall manifesting law of attraction kind of energy vibration for you this week. I feel positive while I think positive. So for the rest of this reading, I am going to give you an overall look at the energy this week. And to do that, I'm going to use James Van Prague's The Soul's Journey deck. I'm then going to go through a career reading using the Archangel Gabriel cards by Doreen Virtue. We're going to do a money and abundance reading from the Doreen Virtue Angels of Abundance. And then we are going to do a love and relationship reading from a numerology deck by Michelle Buchanan. So, I apologize, I have like hair or something on my lip. Okay, so let me just read the back of this card for you. The longer you stay focused upon what you do not want, the greater and more powerful that thought will become. If you are sensitive to your emotions and you withdraw your attention from the unwanted very quickly, you will begin to feel better and you will stop the attraction of the unwanted thing. So this new moon is in Taurus and Venus is still in retrograde, and I'm no astrologer by any means, so I'm not going to talk about astrology a lot, but this moon can make us a little more emotional, and it's also bringing about a pretty big change. And so what this card is really encouraging you to do is pay very close attention to these emotions and to the thoughts behind the emotions. So if you notice yourself this week feeling a negative emotion, that is your warning sign. That's when you pump the brakes and you say, okay, what am I thinking right now? And it allows you the opportunity to take your power back from that negative thought and to think thoughts that make you feel better. And as you do that, you are shifting your vibration to attract life experiences, to attract things in this outside world, to attract additional thoughts and additional emotions that all match that vibration. So I'm sure we've all experienced, thinking one negative thing and then being like, oh, that was dumb, and then it kind of makes you feel angry or irritated, and then that just seems to attract something similar, and then before you know it, you're just like in this like whirlpool of negativity. It's really hard to snap out of. So this week, you're really being cautioned to be aware of that and to try and catch it quickly before it builds up a whole bunch of momentum, before it really kind of gets out of control and sweeps you away with it. Because you have the power to stop it when you first notice it, and then think of anything that you can to make you feel better. And so with that being said, let's take a look at the overall energy for you this week. So the first card that came out, I was intuitively guided to pull the first card, and then the next three just came out in a chunk. So I feel like this is starting the week, this first card, or it's like the overall energy of the week. And we got the Courage card. And it says, I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. So there is a shift going on. And, that's why we got this Law of Attraction card. I can feel positive while thinking positive. This card saying, I find the inner strength to face my fear with confidence. There could be something that's changing, but it's going to be changing for the better. And as we get into the rest of the cards, you will see that. It's going to be changing for the better. But it could also bring up some fear for you. It could also bring up some old patterns of thinking. It could bring up some old memories or situations, or maybe times in the past when you've tried to do something similar, you've tried to make a change and it hasn't worked out. So these things might be getting brought to the surface, and that is okay. The cards are encouraging you to find inner strength by facing your fears with confidence. So if you do experience these fears, these negative emotions, it's giving you the opportunity to face them head on and to say, you know what? That came from an old energy. Those were lessons I needed to learn. They came from an energy that of fear. It came from an energy of unworthiness or lack of confidence, and I'm in a new place. And I can face this now, and I can welcome this change, and it's not going to be the same result as I've gotten before. So now the next 3 cards I think I'm feeling like that's the overall energy, and these next 3 cards are, I'm trying to think of the right words for it. These next 3 cards are smaller energies, I guess, that you'll be facing this week. But the whole time it's so that you are able to step into this new beginning, step into this new change in your life. So the first card is balance. I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. So I think that this is really talking about we can get thrown off balance a bit whenever there's these new energies coming about. And it can throw us off balance emotionally, mentally, our thoughts can be a little scattered, and it can also throw us off balance in our world. So you're really being encouraged this week, and it's going to be something that you are faced with, most likely. You're being encouraged to just nurture yourself and try and find that balance in everything. Trying to find that balance of giving and taking, of giving to the world and then being open to receive love and abundance and gifts back. I'm also really feeling an energy of finding balance in your life. And so that it's not all work, or, you feel like you're constantly having to be doing something productive, or else you're just gonna fail. This is telling you that when you take time for yourself, it's going to allow you to really push through these energies and move on to the next step. So just really be aware of parts of you that are out of balance. And that could be anything from dietary or eating, something like that. How much you give versus how much you allow others to give to you. Are you just constantly living for your family or your kids or others? You're just wanting to give so much to the world, but you're not giving that same love to yourself. Just become aware of where you're a little out of balance, and the cards are encouraging you to get back into balance so we can really step into these changes in a very peaceful and contented type of energy, and not an energy that's out of whack. It's a little bit, uneven. The second card that we got was grief. I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. And this is another energy I think we're going to be going through this week, and it doesn't mean that you're losing something. So I don't want this to scare you. What I really feel from this card is as we are going through these changes, we are dealing with the emotions of something not working out in the past or losing something in the past. And I really get that because this card is orange. Orange is your second chakra. Your second chakra is where you hold on to these emotions. And because we got the first card, talking about keeping your thoughts positive. And because we got the courage card, talking about coming into this new inner strength by facing your fears. So I feel like as we're doing this, you might have some stuff coming up, some emotions coming up, some of these fears coming up. And this card is coming to reassure you, saying that these were things that you had to go through to get to where you are now, but you can't hold on to them. You can say, yes, I had to go through failure in my past. I had to go through loss in my past. And that's where I was then. But I'm going to take control of my energy. I'm going to learn my lessons. I'm going to proceed forward without fear. And as fear arises, I'm going to allow it to just process through. Recognize that it's coming up so that you can release it. Allow yourself to release it and focus on this new energy that you're trying to cultivate moving forward. And then the final card that we got is success. I know that there is no greater goal than to love. This change that's going on this week for you, or that's being initiated by this full moon this week, is going to end up in success. Successful relationships, successful careers, success in your abundance. But you're just going to have to navigate through some of these energies. And it's not like they're going to be terrible energies, but you're going to have to process some things. And the biggest piece that I want you to remember is that your past doesn't define your future. So as you face the fears that you know are coming from the past, as you face unworthiness that you know is coming from the past, process through it, but don't hold on to it. Allow it to process through and pass, and then get back into that positive vibration, positive thoughts, positive emotions. So that's your overall energy. Let's move into the career and see what we have. Okay, this makes sense. Stay true to yourself. This is career, life purpose, and then helping children. So stay true to yourself. Don't compromise or water down your ideas. Listen to, trust, and follow your inner voice. So as we're moving into this transformation, it might be bigger than you feel comfortable with, but you don't want to water down anything. You can step into this change. We got the helping children, and for anybody who does feel called to help children in any way, that absolutely can be coming up for you. What I'm seeing it as is an inner child healing. You know, you're like that last card said, there's some stuff that's coming up. This could be bigger. This could be a bigger change than you realize. Like, this could be something that you wanted to manifest, or you've been wanting for so long, and it's coming to you. You're going to have success in it. But don't hold yourself back. And when that inner child is crying out and not feeling worthy and not feeling good enough of this change and feeling so scared, then that's your opportunity to heal. That's your opportunity to comfort that inner child that has been so scared in the past and so hurt in the past. And you comfort that inner child and you tell that inner child that it is okay, that you are safe now. And as you do, and as that fear quiets down, that inner child quiets down, after you process some of these emotions that will be coming up, follow your inner voice. Listen to, trust, and follow your inner voice is what the card says. Your inner voice is going to begin to speak up. Okay, I'm sorry for the little break. My memory card filled up, so I'm not quite sure how much it got, so I hope that I can easily transition. So all that I was talking about is once that inner child feels safe and doesn't have to remind you of all the times that you were scared before and why it's not safe to move forward, once that child feels secure, she or he quiets down and you can hear that inner guidance. So that's career. There's just an overarching theme, I think, in everything. For you this week, I don't think there's going to be much difference between your career and your relationships and your abundance. I think it's all kind of the same energy, is what I'm feeling. But let's move on to your abundance card. So you got clean energy food. And you know, the way that I interpret this card absolutely can be diet. We got the balance card, eating that balanced diet, which can be harder if you are in the northern hemisphere and we're getting into fall and it's getting colder and you want comfort food. It can definitely be harder. But whenever I see this, I see clean energy. And with all the rest of the cards, we want to clean up our energy. If you follow me on Instagram, we actually got this card on Friday, And I talked a lot about, and the same applies here, I'm still getting the same message. Just paying attention to what lowers your energy vibration and what raises it. So there can absolutely be certain foods. Like I know for me, I love sweet stuff. And I notice that if I eat too much like processed stuff, completely throws me out of whack. Now, it's been a challenge for me to cut that out. I can recognize that at least, but it doesn't have to be food. It can be certain environments. It can be certain people. It can be when you watch certain things or read certain things or, just being very mindful as we are transitioning. You want to really keep yourself in this high vibration because you're going to be dealing with enough kind of emotional stuff. I'm not trying to scare you. Like, it's so good. Okay, it's so good that we're going through this. But we're going to be processing some stuff on our own, so we want to try and keep our vibration as high as possible. So don't watch stuff that doesn't make you feel really good. Don't read stuff this week that doesn't make you feel really good. Try and find that balance in your life, not overextending yourself, taking that time for you, allowing yourself to receive, the balance between giving and receiving, like we talked about a little bit ago. These are all things that keep our vibration high. So just like with the career, the overall, everything, the overall energy for this week is really just encouraging you to notice what takes away from your energy and to try and keep your energy as high as you can, your vibration as high as you can, moving into this new shift in your life. And as you do, I'll read a little bit from this card. And it's talking about whenever you eat healthy, you increase your energy levels, your ability to focus. This automatically leads to more efficiency, better ideas, and a higher vibration, which attracts golden opportunities and beneficial relationships. So as far as abundance, keeping that energy high, keeping that high vibration is going to attract that as well. That's what we need to focus on this week. And then the final card we got is relationships. And the card we got was patience. And again, this is an orange card. Orange is your second chakra. The numerology is number 2. That is your second chakra. The numerology, or the angel number 42, how it presents itself to me, because this is how I interpret it, is the beginning of a manifestation. So I like to think of 2 as the beginning of a manifestation and a time where you had to just be very aware of your thoughts and your energy, like all the cards we're talking about. And then when we move into 3, that's almost like the completion of it. Now, people read numbers differently. That's the one that resonated with me, and so often numbers will present themselves to me in a way that I interpret them, and that's how, since I'm channeling this, that's what I feel like for you. So it's encouraging you to have patience. Have patience in all your relationships. If you're trying to manifest something, if whenever we're talking about these changes and you're thinking of a relationship, this card is absolutely telling you you're beginning to manifest it, like you're on the way. But you have to have patience. You have to have patience with your own process. You have to have patience with yourself. And you have to have patience with others. And there might be some emotions that come up too regarding relationships, some feelings that you also had to process, and having patience with yourself as you process through these. So that is it for number 2. This is the beginning of something so beautiful for you. So I hope that you can join me for the full moon detox and manifest energy healing that I'm going to put out on Tuesday. I really, really think that will benefit you because it's talking about exactly what all these cards are talking about. We go through all the detoxing of what no longer serves us, and then we step into the new. And that's exactly what's happening for you this week. So I hope that this helps you on your journey. I hope that you have a beautiful day and such a transformative week. Thank you for checking this out. Reiki with Rachael. Love and light. Hello and welcome to those who picked number 3. So the card that you picked for number 3 is from the Abraham Hicks Law of Attraction card. So I'm going to go over what this card means and your manifestation, your law of attraction kind of energy this week. I'm then going to talk about the overall energy, your energy regarding your life purpose or your career, I'll give you an abundance reading, and then end with a relationship reading. So lots of good stuff. So you actually got 2 cards pulled for the law of attraction, but I showed you the first one that came out. And it says, I can create castles as easily as buttons. The second card you got is, I can reach for a better feeling thought. You have the potential to manifest something big this week. Be mindful of your thoughts. Be mindful of your thoughts. Do not limit your thoughts this week. That's the biggest message that I'm getting for you. I can reach for a better feeling thought. From your non-physical vantage point, you understood the eternal evolving nature of your being and the promise that this leading edge contrasting environment held. You understood the powerful law of attraction and the fairness and accuracy with which it responds to the free will of all creators. By reaching for the best feeling thought you can find, you will shiver with exhilaration as you reconnect with your purpose, with the zest of life, and with you. Exhilaration. I was like, I know that I said that wrong. You will shiver with exhilaration as you reconnect with your purpose and the zest for life within you. You're manifesting something big. I can create castles as easily as buttons. What this card is telling you is, don't limit yourself through your thoughts. If you have a thought, if you want something, but then you have other thoughts saying like, who are you to get that? Like, there's no way you'll manifest that. Don't limit yourself. These cards, this one's 39. So 3, then 9 is 3 times 3. This one's 33. Like, for me, and I talked about this actually in last reading, and this is the number 3 of the cards that I showed you. You're getting a lot of 3s. So for me, 3s indicate like a manifestation is right here. You're not in the beginning stages anymore. You are ready to reach out and pull it in, to grab it. So let's look at the rest of the cards to see what it is that you're going to be manifesting this week. So the overall energy that you got, wow. Love, friendship, success. Things are happening on more than one level for you right now. They're happening in your personal life with your relationships. They're happening in your love life. You are finding success. And we'll see what the career and abundance cards have, but I'm just getting a feeling like there's a lot that's going on for you. So you really want to try and focus on the good. Focus on, like I said, not limiting your thoughts. Not saying, well, if I manifest this relationship, or, we're finally in a good place in our relationship, or I'm finally in a good place in my career, I have abundance, then I can't have a good relationship. Or if I have a good relationship, then of course abundance won't come to me. Like, this is a good time for you. This is a good time for you. So let's see what the career card says. You got time management and helping children, which is interesting because number 2 also got helping children. So the time management card, place your priorities at the top of your to-do list and don't allow distractions to deter your focus. I'm really getting the feeling like there's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot. And it's just, these cards are encouraging you to prioritize. Like, how great is it whenever we have to prioritize all this cool stuff? But make sure that you're making time for all of it. And that an area of your life isn't causing you stress or that you don't feel like you're sacrificing, and just trying to manage your time to find that balance. Putting your priorities first. So I get a very strong sense you're going to have a shift in priorities. And it might be hard or a challenge to recognize that you now have new priorities and that you don't have time for the old stuff anymore. So this card comes as a little reminder just to say, like, okay, we're going to give you, the universe has given you a lot of stuff, but we're going to see how you can manage it first. So there might be things that you have to say goodbye to, like being on social media a bunch, or, I don't know what it is, and you might have some thoughts that are coming up for you right now, but this is a week to focus on time management and prepare yourself for all of these things to happen to you. So manage your time as if you've already manifested exactly what you want. Like, how would you prioritize then? Begin to foster this now, because you're letting the universe know, like, hey, okay, I'm ready. I'm serious about this. And then helping children. Part of your life purpose involves teaching, guiding, or helping young people. If you pick number 3, there's something with children here. And this can be part of your career. It can also be possibly volunteering or something with children. You know, when I pulled this for those who picked number 2, the sense I got was the inner child healing, because that's the energy. And that absolutely can apply here. With some of these changes, our inner child might be thrown off a little bit, might not feel so secure. You might feel a little wobbly, and if you do this, it might be a time to go within and do some inner child healing and just work on your security and your worthiness a little bit. But, for a lot of you, I'm seeing that even if this sounds weird to you, like, I'm not good with kids, or I never thought about helping kids, if there's an opportunity, like I said, it might even be a volunteer opportunity. If there's something that comes up involving helping children, follow that. And that's all I'm going to say about that. So we'll see how it plays out. Okay. So for abundance, 3 cards came out, which is always a good sign, right? You have unlimited ideas, dreams of abundance, and taking divinely guided change. I feel like these cards are coming to tell you that abundance can come in from so many different areas. Like, it's just the energy of the cards that you got. It's just not coming from one place in anything in your life. So if you're having these intuitions, if you're getting these ideas, take divinely guided change. And gosh, there's children in this picture too. There's something here with kids. And honestly, I was drawn to number 3. And so I'm wondering myself. So if you're like, I don't know what to do with kids, then I understand. But there's something. But there's also just the card that says still says take divinely guided change. And this can even be like stepping into that inner child and having that like fun and play with it. Like you have all these ideas, not allowing them to overwhelm you, but approach it like a child would. Like how fun is it? We have all these games that we get to play because life is just a whole bunch of games. And when we were a kid, we used to like, I know that I used to like play house or, you know, pretend we were older or grown up, and that was like so much fun. And now that we are all grown ups, we're like, oh, it was like way funner pretending. But if you can approach these changes like your child would, with that excitement of like what each day is going to hold for you, then you are going to start really manifesting unlimited amounts of abundance in the form, of course, of money, but just opportunities, love, friendship, connections. Like I just feel like it's coming in. Be playful with it. Be playful with yourself. And the relationship card comes from the numerology deck by Michelle Buchanan. Completion. The very first card that we got was love. There's a completion energy. We're not in the beginning of the manifesting stages anymore. We are ready to call this into our life, to step into it. And if there's a relationship where you're wanting a relationship, or there's like a shift or a change, and you're ready to step into it. All you have to do is not hold yourself back. I can create castles as easily as I can create buttons. It is just as easy for you to manifest something that you used to think was impossible, or, you know, so far in the future. We're here. Keep your thoughts positive. Don't limit yourself. This is really beautiful. This is really, really beautiful. I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy for you. Please just allow yourself to accept it and receive it. Please. And don't allow those limiting thoughts, that insecurity from that inner child, to hold you back. Just embrace it and enjoy it. Okay. So I hope that you can join me on Tuesday when I put out the full moon energy healing session. It's 30 minutes. The first 15 minutes will be about shedding and getting rid of all the old, and then the second 15 minutes is all about manifesting and calling in what you want. So I think that you would really benefit from that. Okay, so that is it for you. My name's Reiki with Rachael. Check me out on Instagram for daily card readings. If you want a personal reading, if you want an energy healing session, I have tons of energy healing downloads on there, like a whole bunch of good stuff. ReikiWithRachael.com. So that's all about me. I hope you have a beautiful week and enjoy this. Just really enjoy this time. Okay. Love and light.